It's a brand new day with Mo and News. It's time to have your say. She's got the scoop, the stories, all the latest trends. Mo's got the news, let's hear it. My dear friends, from politics to showbiz, no story's too small. Mo covers it all. She's got the inside call, her voice so smooth, like honey in the summer sun. With Mo on the mic, you know the news is always fun. Mornings with Mo, the best newsy news in the world. With her style so classic and her stories unfurled, from morning till night, she's got us in the know. Turn on your radio, let Mo's newsy news flow.
Hey, you guys, it is Mo. It is the 21st of January. Good morning, everyone. I did start a little early because I see these dingy little dirks called flurries coming out, and I already have a mission today that I have to go outside in the outside to do stuff, which is already upsetting. Good morning, Wolfram. Thank you for doing your modly mod duties. As always, my mods are the people that save this channel because suck out loud at computers. Welcome, Fedorovsky and Tammy and Kathy, Bearded Man Steve. Good morning. And good morning, Penny. Welcome. So we have a lot of news. I did try to de-Trumpify most of it, but I don't know why this tickles me pink so much. I don't know why this has to be the most, WTF of WTF things for me, but the Gulf of America, that S will not ever not be funny for me. That's why I call it the Gulf of Taco Bell. It just seems like one of the most ridiculous things, but I'm here for it because it's 2025 and I was worried that 2024 was going to keep all the crazy. Welcome, Janie J and Christine. I hope you are doing well. So, our first story is that, yes, we are renaming the Gulf of Mexico and Alaska's Mount Denali back to, well, the Gulf of Mexico is rechristened to the Gulf of America. So, keep those globes, y'all, because they're going to be mint condition now. You got Chechnya. I'm just kidding. And Denali, the highest mountain in North America, reverted back to Mount McKinley, which is what it was called until, President Barack Obama changed the name in 2015. Now, why you can't just let people, call it whatever? I just call it the big damn mountain I'm never going to climb. But that's why I don't name things. Quote, the naming of our national treasures, including the breathtaking natural wonders and historic works of art, should honor the contributions of visionary and patriotic Americans in our nation's rich past, the document read. The order directs the Interior Secretary to institute the names within 30 days and update the Federal Geographical Names Information System accordingly, meaning Gulf of America and Mount McKinley will be used on federal communications and on government maps. And Christine, awesome job. And I'm so sorry I missed your birthday Saturday. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I'm afraid that the spirit was willing, the body done crapped out, to be honest. But doing awesome work. So Florida Governor DeSantis issued an order using Gulf of America Monday afternoon. In the first official action using the new name, DeSantis declared a state of emergency in the Sunshine State due to cold weather conditions and an impending winter storm. Do be careful. It does look like there is going to be a storm that is hitting to the south, which is very odd. And it is snowing and freezing like a witch's bunghole out here. So, and Wolfram, you guys are all correct. The things that strike me up it just doesn't seem like something anyone was fighting about. That's why it's kinda tickles me pink, but I can totally understand the naming, and maybe it did need to be the Ba Gulf of America. I would have called it, America's Freedom Dong Ocean because but again, this is why you don't hire me to be president. So, the order does not mandate the use of the new names in schools or non-federal settings. So, while the name has changed, it doesn't mean, that you're going to have to, officially call it Mount McKinley if you don't want to. This is simply to have the federal names changed. Now, what in the hell and Schnell is going on here, y'all? Because I read this headline and I was like, you know, I always pretended I was gonna run away and join the circus, just not in Iceland. How how in the HD double hockey sticks did this happen? Missing Ohio siblings, 8 and 9, were found in a remote Icelandic village 3 months after disappearance. Now, the children's mother reportedly took the children across the ocean after she stopped taking her medication. Okay, never mind. Question answered. We figured out what happened. Although, if I'm a runaway, no offense to Iceland, I'm not running to Iceland. I'm running to Fiji or the Keys because key lime pie is awesome. That being said, it has to be meringue topped and not whipped cream topped, but that's my own personal opinion. A pair of siblings who disappeared from Ohio in October were tracked down and found safe in an Icelandic village this month. Two children aged 8 and 9 were reported missing to Canton, Ohio police by a family member on October 25th, the U.S. Marshal Service said in a statement. According to the missing persons report, the children, who had not been publicly named, disappeared after their mother stopped taking her mental health medication. Now, the 34-year-old woman allegedly abandoned her apartment and the children stopped showing up at school. Investigators initially tracked the children to Denver, Colorado, and then learned that the woman and her children had traveled to England, according to the U.S. Marshals Service. Police then tracked them from the island of Jersey in the English Channel to more than 200 miles south of London, where she allegedly took the children to a remote fishing village in Iceland, more than 2,500 miles from Jersey. Would I take the ferals if I ran away? No. No, that is look, I done told Mr. Mo one day he is going to look at the credit card and there is gonna be a full-on Carnival cruise there, and I'm not telling nobody when I'm coming back. Now, the name of the village has not been released, but local Icelandic authorities ultimately located the children at a motel in the capital city of Reykjavik. The children were safe at the time they were located and have been placed in Icelandic social services as they wait to be handed over to a trusted family member. The mother has been hospitalized and will be brought back to the United States after she recovers, though it isn't immediately clear if she will be facing any charges. Now, hopefully, these kiddos can get help because I can't imagine your mom, the one that's supposed to be the stable one, the kind of the mom. Because when you're a kid, you figure adults can do whatever the F they want. You don't know anything about bills, you don't know anything about, time constraints, nothing. You figure being adult means you get to tell "F you" to everyone, or at least that's what my 9-year-old self thought. I was like, "I can't wait till I get to be old, and I'm gonna tell everyone, 'Screw you.'" I was a rebel. I didn't even know the F word existed then. It was a sad, dark period. But these poor little kids are in countries they don't know where they are. I can't imagine, having your mom turn into someone that was scary. I wouldn't send him a postcard, he'd send the officials after me. Nope, I'm going radio silent. I'm turning everything off and I'm watching reruns of Big Bang Theory in my room. I'm taking a bath all by myself. And don't get that twisted, but if you're a mom, the minute you close your bathroom door to try to get a shower or a bath, there are 900 people at that door plus cats. So if I am at home alone, I do not shut my restroom door because at that point, I just look, I'm not gonna get out of the shower with some shampoo in my eyeball, half blind because a cat is crying that he can't see his mom. I've already done that, and I'm not coordinated enough to survive it again. Well, see, when your wife tells you to, pack your transceiver, you better listen to her. A veteran skier was found buried in an avalanche on a desolate trail by a wife using a transceiver, and I'm glad he's okay. A Colorado woman learned that her husband was buried by an avalanche after he never checked in as planned, and she began to search for him under the snow. Donald Moden Jr., a 57-year-old veteran skier who was once a member of the Ouray Mountain Rescue Team. Oh, he wasn't okay. All right, must read articles before I tell you he was not okay. So, unfortunately, she found her husband passed away, which sucks all the ball sack. The news you only get here sucks all the ball sacks, folks. But there you go. Was killed on January 7th in an area off Red Mountain Pass known as Bollywood. The Colorado Avalanche Information Center wrote in a report that the 57-year-old was likely buried for more than 4 hours before he was found. The avalanche was 800 feet wide and traveled 400 feet vertically. Modin's wife contacted the Horry County Sheriff's Office when her husband didn't check in as planned, then went to the trail herself. She turned on the avalanche transceiver and immediately got a response from her husband's transceiver. She immediately found him with the help of an avalanche probe and called all the surrounding skiers for help. In addition to his transceiver, the outlet reported that Modin was wearing an avalanche airbag backpack that never deployed. He was likely skiing downhill when he was engulfed in the snowslide, and he was on the seventh run of the day. He was buried too deeply to rescue himself. He had skied on Red Pass Mountain for 16 years and knew the terrain on number 3 as well. The report read he chose the terrain as appropriate for the day based on his previous experience of the snow and slope. So, yikes. Now, Modin skied on an adjacent slope the day earlier and did not see signs of any dangerous snowpack. Modin's death was the first avalanche reported fatality in Colorado this ski season. Since November 7th, the CAIC, the kind of organization that looks at these kind of avalanches and skis, stuff, they've noted that 25 backcountry skiers and travelers have been caught in 23 different avalanches. So, like I need another thing at 3 a.m. to be deathly afraid of. Like I'm already afraid of cocaine bear and now polar bears because the Coke, commercials lied to us. Now I'm going to be worried about a random avalanche too. Dear Lord, it is flippin' freezing outside. If you do not have to go outside, be an Insidian. I stole that from I'll have to remember what his name is, and I will link it, but he's this great, YouTuber, and he calls himself an Insidian, and I want to steal it. But I'm an indoor cat. I got that, so Insidian is awesome. Well, I did say I wasn't gonna put much in here, but I just like that John Fetterman showed up like everyone's drunken frat uncle to the inauguration. Never change. I mean, honest to goodness, if you just are who you are, I respect that. I don't know that I'd ever seen, Mr. Fetterman in a suit. So if he keeps making choices that his constituents are okay with, I am okay if you want to look like you just got done doing deadlift day to go to the inauguration. I just thought it was funny. And I am at this point, as y'all can see, I'm feeling I don't give a issues like today. So whatever he decides to do with his fashion, I don't care. As long as he doesn't make me buy it for him, I'm fine. Also, I'm not married to him, so it's not my job. I Okay, but can we talk about Boobs McGinsley over here? Let me see if I can pull her up because what in I'm not trying to make fun of fashion, but where is Boobs McKenzie over here? Yeah, could we talk about boobs, Mackenzie? I'm going off script. Okay, first of all, no, but this can we talk now listen, I have never paid $55,000 for some new boobies, okay? Mine are old, the Kelly Blue Book value is depreciating. Gravity and mileage have set in. But I also, decide to go classy. I mean, you look like freaking okay, y'all, what is this? What y'all, explain this to me because I'm not. But what is this look with the big old lips too? Is this is attractive? I am confused. I mean, you're not going to a Beyoncé concert. I get that Jeff Bezos paid for them lips and, well, them eyebrows that make you look like you're asking if I have no wire hangers. Uh, but could we keep the giblets? Could we keep the rack of justice, just contained for a minute? I mean, I know we fight for freedom and justice for all, but could we have kept, the big old yitties inside? It's the lips, isn't it really? What is okay, y'all guys, I know you're in here. I know I have some guys. Is that attractive? Like what? Is that attractive? Because I see that mouth and she's coming in for a kiss. I'm afraid I'm gonna get sucked in. Like, ugh. Okay, sorry. Anywho, look again. If I had my dream body, I am not saying I would use the power or, well, modesty. So I get it. Look, if I had my revenge body right here, right now, I would be dressed in spandex and lace, and I would probably be in a Sailor Scout outfit, to be honest with you. Let's be real. I would be dressed up in cosplay. I am not going to lie. So with great power comes great responsibility, and maybe, you know, keep keep them yiddies in there until we sign the Constitution again, for the love of God. Anywho, this douche, I love how I go like, "Keep your boobs in, ma'am," and then I go, "Oh god, this douche." The morning news, how you never heard it before. 2 people are dead who went before a judge but were denied help. A judge is reassigned to traffic court after protection order scandals in 2 DV cases lead to slain victims. These are the kind of judges that need to just be thrown out of town. You do not get to assign a speeding ticket anymore. You did not care to be a judge when it mattered, then no, don't be a judge ever again. Welcome, Justin Smith and Audio Coffee and Fun Diane and Kay. Holy goodness. Yeah, I no Zumba for me. I would be in the bed or in the house with all the blankets. A judge in Illinois has been effectively self demoted after his decisions in 2 cases resulted in a death of a woman and a child. Cook County Circuit Judge Thomas E. Nowicki, who sits on the DV division, was elected to the bench in 2020, sorry. This week, he made a request to be transferred out of that division himself, another judge announced on Thursday. He will no longer be hearing any DV cases. Instead, Nowicki will hear minor traffic cases and misdemeanor cases when he's transferred to the 3rd Municipal District Municipal Department, a transfer that will be effective on January 21st. The transfer is being made at the request of Judge Nowicki and his presiding judge, Judith Rice, who oversees the DV division. Cook County Chief Judge Timothy C. Evans said in a lengthy press release. In the announcement, the change of position and duties is directly attributed to the death of Lacrimoria Bloody, 52. On October 9th, 2024, Constantine Bloody, 57, was charged with unaliving his wife in an attempt to, or choking his wife in an attempt to kidnap her. Ultimately, however, that husband was released on GPS monitoring. In November, the day after the court appearance, Konstantin Bledy stabbed his wife to death, then 1 block away in a vehicle unalived himself. Our office has gathered transcripts and court records from the civil and criminal proceedings against the accused. The Cook County Court's press release read, the decision by the court not to detain Bledy on October 9th, followed by an incomplete presentation by the state's attorney and a presentation by a defense attorney to which the state did not object, that Bledy had no prior history of DV nor of violating the terms of any civil or no contact order. The chief judge also said an apparent failure by the GPS technician did not catch the violation on October 10th when Constant Bledy entered an exclusion zone. That technician was temporarily suspended without pay, pending the completion of a review and reassigned during the disciplinary process. So we have someone who is dangerous, who just committed an act of violence, but because he doesn't have a big old history, we're just gonna let him pass, and then the person you have on the GPS, you know, this woman thought she was safe because you guys were monitoring. You didn't give 2 craps. Good idea. Now, on March 15th, 2024, Coracetti Brand, 37, allegedly stabbed and unalived his ex-girlfriend's 11-year-old son, Jaden Perkins, according to the Chicago Police Department. The slain boy's mother, who was pregnant at the time, was also attacked but survived. Unfortunately, the boy died trying to protect his mother. I remember this case. Case, and this pissed me the F off. This little boy was a GD hero. He saw his mom getting laid hands on, and he said, hell no. And a little 11-year-old boy did more than our justice system. You should be ashamed, and you should not work as a judge anymore. If that shame doesn't follow you, I don't know what kind of person you are. That horrifying incident occurred weeks after Nowitzki denied a protective order requested by the woman, according to CBS News. The judge noted that Brand was incarcerated when the request was made, and the killing occurred the day after he was released from prison. This tragedy has also revealed the need for increased collaboration to improve protection for survivors of DV, Evans said. Some say the transfer is not enough. Illinois Comptroller Susanna Mendoza called for Nowitzki's resignation in comments reported by Chicago affiliate, WLS. 2 dead people who went before a judge and were denied help, Mendoza said. The offenders, in fact, got more help from that judge and the system overall than the victims did. Welcome. Well, again, he didn't look at the collective information. I would just think as a domestic violence judge, you would see signs. Yeah, he denied 2 protective orders and 2 people died. So yeah, if it were just the one, I think that could be understood. I think you can't, legislate what goes on in someone's mind, and you can't see the people that are going to snap. But 2, and an 11-year-old boy at that, I'm done. You don't even get to be a traffic cop in Mo's world. You just don't. Also in what the hell? Over $24,000 reward offer to identify parents who abandoned 3 siblings as newborn babies. Who does this? From 2017, 2019, and 2024. Who the F does this? Y'all, I'm gonna have a story time, but I'm about to get me the most god-awful, ridiculous Crocs that I can find in the outlet store. And I'm feeling the distinct urge to take one up off my foot when I get one and throw it down yonder and try to hit these people. All right, let's get into this story. A reward of more than $24,000 has been offered in support of a police department's investigation into 3 siblings who were each abandoned as babies. It's been 1 year since the 3rd sibling, whom authorities named Elsa, was found abandoned in London, and officials are still investigating her abandonment and attempting to find her parents, Metropolitan Police announced January 18th. Elsa was found, after someone reported that they'd found a newborn baby wrapped in a towel and shopping bag in East London at about 9:30 p.m. local time on January 18th, 2024, exactly 1 year before the latest press release. After police located the newborn, who was thankfully uninjured, she was taken to the hospital where she was later discharged and placed into appropriate care, according to the police. So, this is where she was found in this little boots bag. Now, the investigators later discovered that Elsa's case was not only related to two other cases of newborn abandonment, but that the infant was biologically related to two other babies who were found in similar circumstances years earlier in 2017 and 2019. Her brother, named Baby Harry, was found abandoned in a park in Newham on September 17th, 2017, and another child called Baby Roman was found abandoned by dog walkers in a children's park on January 31st, 2019. Now, Metropolitan Police previously said that DNA tests have established that the three babies were siblings in April 2024. Now, authorities are still looking for the children's parents. To support their investigation, Crime Stoppers, a charity that is independent of the police, is offering a reward for information provided anonymously, Metropolitan Police announced on January 18th. Now, we have carried out extensive inquiries all over the past year to try to locate Elsa's parents. Detective Inspector Jamie Hum with the Metropolitan Police Child Abuse Investigation Team said in a statement. The investigation has been ongoing for 6 years, however, since baby Roman was first found, and has involved reviewing over 450 hours of CCTV and completing a full DNA structure of the mother. Some specialists who have aided in the investigation believe that they have narrowed the area in which the mother and possibly also the father of these abandoned infants uh, where they could live, either Plastow or East Ham. We have serious concerns for the well-being of these parents, especially the mother, and are continuing to work closely with the Newham Council and appeal for the public's help for information, Hum stated, urging the public to come forward with any information about the kids or their parents. Thank God these babies were found, and hopefully they are. I have heard horror stories about the childcare, facilities in England, in the UK, but hopefully they got sent to a good place with a good family that would love them, because goodness knows if I found this little angel. Look, this is why Mr. Moe does not allow me to go to pounds or nurseries, because I would take all the babies, they would all cuddle, we would just cuddle, and then when they get to be teenagers, we just watch South Park. Just kidding. It's not New Hampshire, it is in England, and they believe that the parents live in Plastow or East Ham area, somewhere in Newham or Newham. I don't know if it's Newham. Like, I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, I'm not English. I know it's a shock. So this was an interesting story. I actually did see a little doodad about this, but it was kind of funny and a little bit of a lighthearted spin on some of the things that have been coming out of California. California fire chief uses milk and beer to save two homes in a last-ditch effort after finding no water in the hose. A resourceful California fire chief used milk and a couple of beers to save two homes, including his brother's, as his childhood neighborhood turned into a total nightmare during the wildfires. Orange County Fire Authority Chief Brian Fency told his brother and friends in Altadena, a town where he grew up, located 14 miles from downtown LA, that they would be fine when the Eaton fire broke out on Tuesday, ABC reported. However, the inferno hit the neighborhood hours later, and Fency feared the worst when his brother's phone stopped working when he tried to call him. I thought I needed to get up there, he told the outlet. He learned that his brother and family had been evacuated from the town, but the fire chief, who was nearly 50 years of service under his belt, was horrified to find his old stomping grounds had turned into a total nightmare. Flames engulfed multiple houses in the neighborhood, but the blaze hadn't engulfed his brother's property or the neighboring residents. He realized that there was no water to battle the fire when he went to cool off the neighbor's melting gas meter. He said he forced his way into the home to find anything to cool off that meter. I thought I'd check out the refrigerator, and all that was in there was some milk and beers, the fire chief said. I went back out and kind of ran back there, cooled it off, and pulled it back a little bit. Fency said that the meter wasn't completely out and he wasn't sure if it was going to rekindle, but he did all he could do in the moment to save the home. However, his efforts were enough, and the two homes were the only ones left standing on the block, according to the outlet. Fency said that he didn't act to try to save the homes, as it was unlikely that any firefighters would arrive in time to prevent them from burning down the rest of the neighborhood. We tell everyone call 911 and we'll be there, he said. This situation where you do call 911, it's unlikely that we're going to be there. Now, Fency believes that the recent fires in California have changed everything. The blaze is carrying through, LA area could be our new reality. This is house to house urban conflagrations, and we're going to start seeing them more and more, he told the outlets. Well, if we work on mitigating, I hope we don't see as dangerous and deadly as we ever saw now. And I am speaking here as a mama who has pumped and breastfed 5 of my 6 children. Now, I'm not saying that for applause. Look, your family is your family. Nurse, give a bottle, give formula. As long as that baby is happy and fed, you are being a great mama. Don't let anyone tell you different. But I worked most of the times I pumped, and let me tell you, those breast pumps are bulky, sitting in a car when you're on a break, with this freaking bra that is supposed to look, it is a pain in the behind. So the fact that this chick couldn't get out of jury duty because she had to pump, and you can't pump in front of people because it's kind of weird when you're milking yourself like a cow to have a real good discussion looking deeply into someone's eyes. So you're ending up in the bathroom or like some random off room that they've designated as the mother's nursing room, cut off from everyone. It is no fun. And it is stupid to make a woman who is nursing have to do this. An Alabama mom said she was forced to attend jury duty while nursing. It was a horrible experience. The mom of 4 says her 3-month-old daughter was unable to feed from a bottle. At that point, just give her a hardship. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. She is going to be stressed. It affects your nursing. The baby feels it. Just let this woman go. Seriously. An Alabama woman is claiming that she was forced to attend jury duty while nursing, and it has sparked outrage in her community. Candace Brown of Morris said she was summoned for jury duty in December, according to local news outlet CBS 42. The mom of 4 told the outlet that she reported to the assigned Jefferson County Courthouse on Monday, January 13th, with her 3-month-old daughter, Parker. Brown said she attempted to explain to court officials that she would need to postpone her service due to the fact that her daughter was exclusively nursing, but she added that she was met with pushback. In a Facebook post, Brown said it was a horrible experience. Brown further explained that she attempted to formally postpone jury duty using typical channels before her report date, but she was denied. I called and turned in forms to be excused, and it wasn't granted, she wrote in her post, while also sharing that her daughter does not take a bottle and pumping during jury duty was impossible. In the post, Brown also noted that there were 2 other mothers at the courthouse at the time, and they were also told that they would need to make accommodations for their children. She claimed that one of the judges threatened to get the Department of Human Services involved should accommodations not be made. Oh, hell no. This is why you record everything? No, no. And especially if she did say that, and I'm not saying this did happen, document the hell out of that, and everything that goes on in that courtroom. Advocate for yourself. Make sure you've got witnesses that can say documentation. If you This is wrong and dumb. Now, while speaking to CBS, Brown said that the judge got on a microphone in the courthouse and said, I can't see the children, but I hear the children are here today. You need to make accommodations for your child to come and be picked up. We would hate for Department of Human Resources to be involved. Also, we're like, gosh, this surely can't happen, she recalled. Brown told the outlet that she was ultimately dismissed for jury duty that day. A representative from the court told her she was not excused for the week, despite the fact that her childcare situation and needs of her infant were unchanged. I'm not saying every mom in the state of Alabama should be excused at all, she told the outlet. I will serve when I don't have a child that depends on me for life for nourishment. In a statement from or to Alabama publication AL.com, Judge Shanta Owens, one of the judges reportedly present that day, called the situation with Brown and her infant a misunderstanding. The juror was indeed excused for a short time after arriving for jury service. It was any other similarly situated individual can be called for jury or service, Owen's statement read. I too am a mother and have been breastfeeding, previously, and therefore would excuse jury service for a period of time for any individual under similar circumstances. Now, People has reached out to Judge Owens as well as several other judges at the Jefferson County Circuit Court, but comment did not uh, immediately return back. Now, in her Facebook post, Brown noted that she has since done research on protections for nursing mothers called to jury duty in the state of Alabama and was appalled to find that there were none. Now, in January 14th, on a follow up post, Brown shared that the state auditor and former legislator Andrew Sorrell had reached out to her about working to get Bill HB 369, a bill designed to help nursing Alabama mothers receive exemptions from jury duty, passed in the state legislature. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Jedi Jess, when I went to jury duty, we had like, hey, I have to take care of my husband, or I'm the sole transportation for my kiddos. I mean, had Mr. Moe not been able to cover for me, I would have had to use the same thing. Like, I am the sole transport for my children. I can't do it. Why the hell they had to be such buttholes about this? And judges, let me give you a little tip. You know why this woman's probably blowing you up? Because you do not threaten a woman's child. You brought DHS into this, and she is going to blast your name all over Facebook, all over YouTube, all over TikTok, because no mom is going to want to deal with that. And another word out there to you moms, mamas, grandmas, everyone. Look, I have been a mom of 6 kiddos. I have nursed some, I have bottle fed some, and they all turned out to be good kids. If you can't nurse, if you have a kiddo who is just not having fun with it, there is no shame in going to bottle fed. Just a fed baby is a fed baby. Don't let anyone give you shame if you decide to nurse, if you decide to supplement. Screw them. As a mama, I'm telling you, you do what's right for your family. And you don't let anyone take away, to use Sarah's term, your gold. It doesn't matter. As long as that baby's happy and healthy, I give you a good mama pass. Heck, if you both end the day and you've at least brushed your teeth once, you've not choked on a Cheerio and everyone's alive at the end, it's a good day. Take the victory. And Jedi Jess, that is the most disgusting part, is he threatened her with child protective services. Like she's doing what she's supposed to as a parent, and to threaten that is outrageous. I think these were women. So I think these were female judges, which is, I don't get, why are women like this? So I know a lot of women, and it's always the fakest women that are like, we're sisters and we fight together. But they get somewhere and they pull that MFing ladder up. They don't want none of their sisters coming up and getting, to happiness with them. I don't know what it's like to be one of those women, because I hope that everyone succeeds, but there are plenty of women out there who got up that ladder, who broke that corporate ceiling, but want to pull that ladder back in and make sure y'all don't get it. And these judges seem to suffer from, I'm a heifer queenitis, 'cause, ugh. Lord Chippy attendants, I'm gonna need you here. We've got slow and low roast today because what I mean, what is fat Walmart Jesus and his weird Chucky wife doing? Well, nothing good. And yes, personal attacks on their appearance are terrible, but if they did what they're alleged to do, I'll work on feeling bad tomorrow. A football coach and wife with sick tattoos busted in an online child grossness sting. Yes, Van Dyne, you have been summoned. And I will be working on honest to God this week, making little sounders to go with my stingers. Shizzy showed me, I think, how to do it. So we might be doing that this week for a members only stream. I will be sharing my psychology on Canva. I love how I changed the subject because I don't want to deal with child creeps. But let's get into this. An Arkansas football coach and his wife, who were busted in an online child grossness sting operation after trying to meet with an extremely young child for abuse, have learned how long they will spend behind bars. As Long Crime previously reported, Benjamin Connie, 30, and Emily Grace Brindley, 26, were all accused of one count each of internet stalking of a minor and conspiracy to commit rape, according to court documents obtained by Law and Crime. Now, Coney once worked as a minor league football coach in Little Rock until the To Catch a Predator like sting operation. Federal authorities have announced that they have been sentenced to a combined 378 months in prison without the possibility of parole. Coney was sentenced to more than 17 years or 210 months behind bars, followed by 25 years of supervision, and Brindley was sentenced to 14 years in prison, followed by 15 years of supervision. They were sentenced Thursday at the by U.S. District Judge Timothy Brooks. Let's see, according to a local CBS affiliate, KFSM, Coney and Brindley aren't done with criminal proceedings, though. They are also facing state charges. Now, according to court records, Connie, Walmart Jesus, faces charges of conspiracy to commit rape, internet stalking of a child, and 30 counts of distributing, possessing, or having gross material of children. His next hearing is set for Tuesday. Brindley, meanwhile, faces charges of conspiracy to commit rape, internet stalking of a child, and her hearing is set for February 6, 2025. Now, according to redacted affidavits of probable cause filed in Benton County, the investigation began on November 19th, 2023. After an undercover detective received a direct message on an unidentified social media platform by someone with the username Central's Finest. No, you're not. You're not anyone's finest. Not even Satan. Like, Satan has a better lineup. Like, you are a bench warmer on Satan's list. That's pretty bad, okay? You are not even top tier evil, even though what you did was top tier evil. Ugh, just trash. Law enforcement alleged that the username belonged to both Coney and Brindley. Quote, I'm into some very effed up sick taboos, one of the alleged messages read. Do you have any? To which the detective replied, I do. Watch yourself. You're going to get banned on here. Then the couple allegedly suggested the conversation continue on an encrypted messaging service. On November 27th, 2023, the messaging continued encrypted, and the couple allegedly explained that they prefer a certain age range. No, no, where is no, someone get me the honey and the fire ants and the cayenne pepper, and I'm gonna make them watch The View as they sit in the desert. No. Now, the unidentified was or unknown number was the perfect age, according to the affidavit. The probable cause documents go on to reference additional messages that include increasingly graphic and detailed SA. Now, the affidavits also allege that Coney and Brindley provided verification photographs of themselves as requested by the undercover officer. One photograph included Brindley exposing one of her boobs. Ain't no one want to see that. Ain't no one want to see that. Put it, no, just no, demented Chucky doll looking woman. The couple was nabbed, thank God, by law enforcement after agreeing to meet with the undercover detective. In separate interviews, the husband and wife allegedly admitted to varying degrees of culpability. Now, according to the affidavit, Coney confessed to the investigators that, quote, would locate child S abuse material on his devices. The male defendant allegedly suggested that while he could, quote, talk a big game on the phone, he didn't think he could actually do anything in real life. No, those images are children who have had these gross and disgusting things done to them, mostly by people that are close to them, their family. So you didn't do anything in real life. You just exploited children all over. You sick, disgusting, crunchy bit of grossness that gets stuck right in the back of your throat and you hawk it out. Or that white crap that gathers right along your mouth. That's what this dude is. Now, when pressed by the detective about specific alleged comments regarding the children he believed to be at the location, Coney allegedly replied that his wife would not have done anything without him. Now, Brindley allegedly confirmed her role was secondary. Grace stated she was just trying to be a good wife. Fuck that shit sideways with a cactus. Excuse my French and Parisian. But Mr. Mo comes to me, and I love Mr. Mo with all my heart, and I've been with him like we are ride or die. But he comes out and he says, I would like to go creep out on a 13-year-old. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Bye bye, friendo. 13, 14, 15 years of my life gone in an instant. Absolutely no. Hell no. Good wife. Sickness, health, support. You don't support grossness. That is no. Just hell to the no. Grace said she went along with Ben and repeated stuff that she heard Ben say. The female defendant went on to say that she just wanted to make her husband happy and suggested she was uncomfortable with how sketchy the meeting was. As for Coney's time as a football coach, that's all over now. We are aware of the situation involving Ben Coney and have terminated his employment with the team, the Punishers wrote in a post on X following his arrest in December 2023. We do not support or allow his actions at all. So these guys are going away forever. The feds do not joke around. Like, I joke about the feds not being able to do much, but when you are alleged to have done kitty diddling, the feds close those cases 98% of the time. They have your gross, disgusting, creepy, diddly fingers all over your files, okay? They've got you dead to rights, ask Josh Duggar, okay? So, not only do they have federal charges, but they are gonna get state charges, and I am fine and double dipping dandy with that. Now for some Hollywood news. Well, if you are looking forward to WWE star Seth Rollins, being in Captain America: Brave New World, how the hell is Falcon Captain America? I added that one. Someone explain it to me because I'm a semi nerd. Like, I'm not fully into Marvel, but didn't Captain America have to take the bearded, the little super juice, and he had to go in, and then he was not scrawny, Captain America. Did they give him some super juice? I'm not even intrigued enough to go see it. And apparently I don't get to see this mystical man bun either. Let's see. If a few of you out there were still going to go see Captain America: Brave New World because you were looking forward to seeing wrestler Seth Rollins in his Marvel debut, we have some bad freaking news, guys. Rollins confirmed in a recent interview with Chris Van Vilt that his character was cut through a course of rewrites and reshoots that the film underwent. "I'm not in the movie," he said via IGN. "I will unequivocally say that I'm not in the film, and I don't want anyone to go to the film thinking, 'Oh, I'm here to see Seth Rollins.'" He continued, "There might be two people who would do that, but I don't want those two people to waste their time. I don't want to misinform anyone. I don't want to lead anyone astray. I'm not in the film." Still, Rollins wants others to go see it. Must miss, wait till streaming to watch this train wreck. It should be a good one. You guys, it has had 4 rewrites. The budget on this has swollen to damn near half a billion, okay? This is going to bomb and be a flaming turd. And I really hate it because Sam Wilson as the Falcon was actually a pretty cool character. I thought he had a great character. Anthony Mackie seems like he's a pretty good stand-up actor, and they were having him do research reshoots without a script. I mean, Disney is fumbling, and I will, because I'm trying to move into pop culture, I promise to go watch the new Snow White, possibly enhanced. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you people. I am a masochist, but that seems like too much pain to me. But I will go watch the new Snow White and give you a review. It might be all curse words. I might be enhanced, but I will do so. So you guys don't have to see it. As for why his role was left out, the architect explained that, truth be told, any answer I give you will be only my opinion on it. The script went through a lot of rewrites and reshoots, and so what I was there to do either got repurposed or completely erased. However, they may have a backup for him, you know, I did do a bit of an audition to possibly pop into another role, I believe, or repurpose my role. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but they may end up using a different direction with it. My understanding is that there were just a lot of writes and reshoots, Collins confirmed. They've got to know, they've got a finished product, and hopefully they're happy with it, and hopefully it's successful, but it will not have me in it. Now, his secret role, now abandoned, was reportedly a member of the Serpent Society led by Diamondback. Moreover, despite the appearance by the Red Skull, which was prominent in the promotion, they are slated as villains based on everything we know. So, I have heard nothing great about this movie. I am a big pop culture nerd. I will say that WD Pro Show does give a really good kind of balanced look if you are, wanting pop culture entertainment, and they're pretty family friendly. Uh, Disney is struggling because you have a lot of parents like me who remember The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, even Brother Bear in the Phil Collins, Tarzan era. We remember all these movies that taught us to be brave and taught us to be kind. And and taught us all these lessons. And do you know when I was 9 and I watched Mulan, I didn't think, "Gosh, I wish I had been in feudal China." I thought, "Wow, being true to yourself, standing up, sticking with stuff even when everyone has turned your back on you, sticking up for what you know is right is good." So there have always been lessons in Disney movies, but they've been basic and universal, and now consumers are telling them, and I'll tell you guys, I haven't seen the last Star Wars movie. I will not watch The Rise of Palpatine. It's just not gonna happen. Whenever Disney releases something new, it's not the excitement. My boys are more excited about Sonic, and I'm happy, although I do have to deal with 2 Jim Carreys. Pray for my soul. Disney, you have broken trust with families. You have not listened to us. You have not listened to us, and what's worse, you call us stupid and you openly denigrate us. You make us the stupid hillbilly, hill chucks that need to be taught by your betters. And no one has ever said, "Thank you for that sarcasm and condescension. I learned so much about myself and grew." No one's ever said that. You openly mock and think that half of the country are morons who need to be led around by their noses. It reflects, and we don't like being that. And there are plenty of movies, there are plenty of classics we can go watch. We don't need you, Hollywood. We've got YouTube. Thank you. It is just a day for do wrong. It is a day for do wrong. Oregon man who kidnapped a Seattle woman and kept her in a makeshift cell gets a life sentence. Bye-bye, sir. You do not get to go to Disney World. No, you do not. An Oregon man has been sentenced to life in federal prison after being convicted of kidnapping and SAing two women on separate occasions, including locking one in a cinder block cell. Negasi Zaburi, 31, was sentenced Friday in federal court in Medford, Portland. Television station KGW reported. A federal jury convicted him in October on charges of kidnapping, transportation for criminal SA, being a felon in possession of a weapon, and attempting to break out of jail when he tried to smash through his cell window on August 2023. This is not a man who deserves to be around others, a victim said at the hearing. He shows a blatant disregard and lack of care for human life. Now, the Associated Press does not usually name people who have been SA'd, so they didn't give the victim survivor's name. Nagasi Zaburi is a serial predator who committed acts of evil. He hunted women. Assistant U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Sweet said before Zaburi was sentenced. In July 2023, Zaburi solicited a woman to engage in sex for money on Aurora Avenue in Seattle. He told the woman he was an undercover officer, showed her a badge, and pointed a taser at her, placing her in handcuffs and leg irons before putting her in the back of his vehicle. Then he drove hundreds of miles to his home in Klamath Falls, Oregon, and locked the woman in a cinder block cell in his garage, according to the FBI. After the woman escaped after repeatedly banging on the cell door until it broke open, Zaburi fled and was arrested in Reno, Nevada. Now, federal authorities linked him to a second kidnapping in May 2023, in which he was convicted of abducting a woman outside a Klamath Falls bar. Klamath. Look, Gaston could have been good if he didn't have everyone huffing his farts. If someone told Gaston, "Look, we get it, you're strong and everything, but you're kinda stupid." Like, if he had just been put in his place just a like, he needed a mouthy redhead, let's be real. Gaston could have been made into a good man if he had a mouthy redhead that just, like, really? No. Just no. Telling you, he Boosh is full on Gaston simping. Okay, we will have a debate later on this week. Boosh, you get me your points as to why Gaston was good, and I will argue counterpoint and we will figure it out. Let's see here. Now, Zaburi pled not guilty and continued to claim that he was innocent during his sentencing hearing. He waived his right to testify during the 11-day trial and attempted to testify on the trial's last day, but was denied because he earlier waived that right. Well, I don't understand. That's fairly common. I always thought Miss Potts was the hero. She kept everyone organized even though they were inanimate objects, and she had a child. I always thought Miss Potts was the hero. In our one of our final stories of the day, I mean, how could I not pull this? Definitely not a bag of drugs. Maybe don't put your drugs in a bag that says definitely not a bag full of drugs. The tips I never thought I'd have to tell human people. A Florida woman is jailed on narcotics charges after she was found with, well, the crystal and assorted paraphernalia inside a bag labeled, quote, definitely not a bag full of drugs, end quote, according to police. As reported here, an Oregon woman was arrested 3 months ago when she was found with drugs stashed inside a identical zippered pouch. Now, Trin Akiri, 31, was collared Saturday following a traffic stop in Brevard County. Seen at the right, Akiri was in a passenger See, in a vehicle that was being searched by cops who discovered, meth, needles, a digital scale, and other drug items in her belongings, to include the definitely not a bag full of drugs bag. Now charged with possession of crystal with intent to sell or deliver, a felony, and a misdemeanor of paraphernalia count. Akiri is locked without bail in the county jail. She is scheduled for a February 13th arraignment. At the time of her January 18th arrest, Akiri was free on $15,500 bond in connection with an arrest made earlier the month for several baggies of meth. Well, but the definitely not bag pictured above was seized by police. Gonna definitely put, on my bank, totally not bail money, not for my Snapped episode. Uh, how did this not happen in my freaking generation? Because what the hell? Gen Z craze for sweatpants jeans causes the pants to sell out. Run, don't walk. Um, excuse me while I go put this in my cart, because these look loose enough that I should be able to wear them on Helga the Gimpy leg. Y'all, I haven't worn pants in 3 years. I am stuck in holy roller skirts, so this might be the answer to my prayers. Let's figure it out. The hottest jeans of the season aren't even denim. Sweatpant jeans have taken the internet by storm as fashionistas fawn over the pants that provide both comfort and style. After the pricey rag and bone Miramar trousers, dubbed the Gen Z jeggin, went viral last year, fans have discovered a dupe to the 230 flippin' $8. Hell no, I don't care if it makes my butt look beautiful. At the Gap for less than 90. 90 damn dollars for a pair of pants? Well, I mean, no, no, I don't wear sweatpants because I wear my holy roller, skirts. Let's see here. How their popularity, however, has caused the sweatband or sweatpant jean hybrid to sell out on minutes in both colorways, although the men's version still has stock in limited kinds or limited sizes. Okay, looking more at them, they look like okay, ladies, we all have our fat pants. Like if we can keep hold of one of them sets of maternity jeans, we've all done it. You have not been pregnant, but you have been fluffy, and you don't even wanna look at trying to button a pair of jeans that you know aren't gonna fit above your thighs, so you have pulled on those maternity jeans, but that looks like maternity stuff. Just no. No, that looks like maternity pants to me. Sorry, you guys, I got you all excited for nothing. I mean, they do look comfy, but okay, let's be real, y'all. Everything looks really super cute when you are a size 2. Now, when you put my fluffy front mom butt behind in one of them, just know it's not gonna like, look, it looks all cute, it's under her belly button. When you have a muffin top, why don't we ever have a model with muffin top? I need to see how these jeans are gonna look on me, because I got some birthing hips here, got some saddlebag issue here, I got some no thigh gap here. I need to see this on a real person. Okay, so it looks like you can get these, from the Gap for $90. I am slightly tempted just because, as I said, I haven't worn, pants in 3 years, but they do kinda look Eh, $90. That's just 90 like, I could buy a whole Sailor Moon like, the entire Sailor Moon, like, new 70 or I think 30th anniversary set. Yeah, on a real person, they aren't baggy. On a real person, they're jeggings. So, I've decided we're gonna finish the day with a little bit of a story time and kind of set you up because we might have a shenanigans chaos stream this afternoon. and to let you know where we will be there. Now, as you know, a common tenet in the Church of Mo is that when you are having a stressful situation, you tell random, retail people all your problems. You confess to your random retail person. Well, I am going to try to forestall that because I'm pretty sure that the poor guy in the Crocs outlet, uh, down where I need to go already has enough stuff on his plate. So I'm a unload on you. We're gonna have fun this afternoon. But I have to go back. I will say after almost 2 years on here and talking to you guys, this is not as big a fear as it was the first time I had to go back to, the town where I lost my first husband and to the office to get a birth certificate at the same office where I got his death certificate. So, I tend to not go to that town at all, but I have decided that, uh, of course, I told Mr. Mo since I have to go down and get my oldest daughter's new birth certificate, I told him, I was like, "I want you to know that I will be buying the most god awful, ridiculous Crocs as emotional support Crocs for me having to deal with something as an adult that I don't wanna do." So I will be on here probably this afternoon. I don't know if there's going to be nightly newsy news, but we will have emotional support croc story time slash shenanigans because I'm trying to save all of the poor retail people, you know, from my gross verbal vomit confessions of like feelings. Again, the Church of Mo does discourage having emotional verbal diarrhea vomits on poor retail workers who just, wanna sell you some Crocs and get you the hell out. But I will say, on a positive and kind thing, the last time I was there, I know I did a story, I can't remember the video of where I did it, but it is really hard for me to go back to that town, and the sweet, kind, compassionate human being, the guy that was in the Crocs store that just talked to me and let me vent was such a beautiful human thing, and he didn't have to do it. I looked cray cray as per usual, you know, with that weird kinda splotchiness where you're, like, trying not to cry, so you got this, like especially if you're fair, you just have this giraffe, like, splotchy thing going on everywhere. So, thank you to the guy at the Crocs store for being a genuinely kind human being on a day that really sucked all the ass for me. I love my Hallmark cards are like, "Thanks. Grief sucks donkey balls. I love you, though. Call me Hallmark. I am here for inappropriate cards, or I'll make my own." No, forget it. I'm Bender. My cards are gonna have cursing and flap and blackjack and hookers. I'm just anywho's. I am going to get off here because I do have to drive like an hour and a half and listen to my very smexy books or possibly Sarah Boone. I don't know. It is odd. I have been y'all, I cannot Imma be really real with you. Sarah Boone ticked me off to no end at the end, but now I'm ready for another letter. I'm, like, ready for season 3. I really am. So, I might be doing a letterthon this afternoon. I'm not sure, but just something to kind of be fun. I know that for a lot of the country, yesterday wasn't what you wanted. So, we're gonna have a fun stream, and I did wanna show you, I got my new shadow box. Thank you guys so much. We already have tickets in there, and it's fancy. It's fancy, fancy. So, I get to go do that. Hopefully, the gentleman with the lovely birthing hips, and that is no shame because I got some lovely birthing hips on me too, who was a sweetheart at the Vital Records office will be there, and I will be awkward as normal. Any hoozle, you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay warm, and let me see who I can send you to. I believe I am sending you to Baker, but let me double check because I wanna make sure. And then, hopefully by Friday, I have some, merch. I am taking all the merch that I worked on myself. Admittedly, it sucks out loud and hurts eyeballs. So I have Rosalind, Duke, and Shizzy that have really been helping me, so I'm going to try to debut some of those on Friday on our shared stream, so be on the lookout for that because I actually have been working hard and cursing a lot at my computer. So have a lovely day. If you haven't heard it today, you are loved just as you are, and be kind to yourself, but carry bitch fire, because honestly, who's got time for it? I mean, really. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.